supposed to be let's see, 10 o'clock. I just snagged my first one out of London lows here, but I'm actually, I know I said this yesterday too, but I'm really interested in watching these highs. We swept kind of overnight highs, Asian session highs during London here. So we already swept this, but this really doesn't look like manipulation. This looks like manipulation right here, right? So fake out here. And I was thinking if that does happen, then maybe we actually go and break up above here. Because like I said, this doesn't really look like manipulation of the session highs. This looks like price grinded up above there, and then obviously there's a change here. But now we go down here, little manipulation looking style. If that holds up, yeah, we probably end up trading up here. Also with that consumer confidence, let me go back. Let me go back. If I remember, all right, so consumer confidence if you get good news, it's supposed to be good for the dollar, which is typically bad for, temporarily causes NASDAQ to be bearish. But if the dollar, I'm sorry, it makes it be bullish. So the last two reports we got for consumer confidence, those were negative. I didn't go back and look at them on the chart, but if the trend is those reports have been coming in negative, which might be leading up for some bullish positioning on NASDAQ here. I don't know, but we'll find out soon. Oh, you get me singing that song in my head. Thank you. Any of you guys trading, or what are you doing?
I got $70 on gold futures.
Oh, you're on gold. Everybody's trading gold right now, huh?
Yeah.
I see a lot of people trading gold right now.
About 222 so far.
Nice.
I made 180 on that drop just now from the top.
Ooh, good one. Yeah, look at this open. This is pretty wicky. I bought in here. Let me go back. I'll see. $60.
25,955. I had a line there. I was going to buy right there.
I was
but
I was
I
like
looked
starting to
too
go
late.
back to this like middle of here. Like I was thinking because see this box is 25 points, so I was like, man, if it'd go halfway through here, you know what I mean? Like I'll go right here if I could take this trade right here. That's about 250 of risk if I put my stop over here. And I said, you know what? It is below the lows, but it came down and then it came up and then it came down and then it kind of stayed around here. And I ended up getting it like right in around here. And then at that point the rest of it happened so fast I really didn't have much time to do anything else. But I was just gonna put my stop right here, but I was out of the trade before I even moved it.
What's the reason why it won't let you get out the trade sometimes?
Where are you trading at?
I'm on NQ, but I'm only on my paper trading because that situation happened last week when I
Say again?
Okay, so if you're on your paper trade account, go ahead and mute yourself. Yeah. So we've been talking about that. I don't know if TradingView made some updates or something. I don't know if this is a new problem that people are having all of a sudden, but I've heard a lot of people saying that TradingView's not working. Like, and I've never really used the paper trade function in TradingView, but I was testing it because I was doing some strategy stuff, and it sucks. Like it was doing the same thing to me. It was not getting me out of the trade. So I'm not too sure if that's something new that's going on or what it is.
Okay, well, I don't know. As soon as I jumped in, it shot up to like $1,000 real quick. But I don't know why it's like that. It did that before on my real account, but it jumped straight to like
Yeah, I mean, unless
$1,000
I'd have
profit.
to actually look at your chart and see, you know what I mean? But what it sounds like, if you're on a paper trade account, go ahead and mute yourself on. Yeah. So if you're on a paper trade account, then when you take your trade, it's like a demo account. TradingView is responsible for opening and closing those orders. If you've put your TP and your stop loss in place, I did that yesterday. I took trades yesterday, put the trades on, and when I put the trades on, it would not. I was sitting there. I got a video of it whipping back and forth over the take profit or the stop loss. We're at the 50% midpoint of the day. By the way, you guys, this is an area I typically like to watch and see if price holds up here. Middle of the day. So yeah, anyway, I was sitting there watching it just go back and forth, touching that TP line. It would not close it. I don't know. Ultimately ended up closing it. It closed some of them it didn't close, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing, if you're on with Tradeovate or, you know, like a broker, an actual broker that's filling orders, that would be unacceptable, right? That can't be okay. I don't know what to do about TradingView. You know, I don't know. What do you do? Do you send them a support ticket? You know, like I'm not too sure what to do with that.
Man, are there other people talking that you're talking to? Because I don't hear anybody but you.
The person I'm talking to is Big. His name in here is Big Lee. Maybe you've got him muted or something.
How would I mute Big Lee? Man, I love Big Lee.
Look, we're coming down to this next area here. This next area, I've got it marked up because this is the initial balance of yesterday's like overnight kind of opening session. So yeah, I've got this is the top part of it. This is the bottom, right? So here's the high and the low. A lot of times, these are those same levels where I tell y'all during New York session like this, after the market is open for 1 hour today, after the market's open for 1 hour, watch these areas right here and see how price reacts to them. If they stay above them or outside of them. Normally, if price gets above them and stays above them, you could look for targets like extensions, like kind of like a 50% or a 1-to-1 of this entire space. But if price falls back into them, a lot of times you've got a good target at like the midpoint of that initial balance between here and here, if it falls back in there. So yeah, that's what's happening right here right now, right? And so
And I don't mean to cut you off. That's just your session indicator there, right?
Yeah, it's just built into the session indicator. Yeah, and you know, you guys that have this session indicator and you've updated to the latest version, let me know if it's working for if you have the option to add the initial balance or not, because I actually just reloaded mine today and I noticed that I didn't see the initial balance for some reason. So I don't know if I actually pushed the update or not.
So is initial balance, what is it? What kind of line is it? Can you point to it? I'll check.
It's the yellow one on each session. And if you go in the settings, it's at the very top.
It's okay. The yellow dotted?
Like literally one of the very top options of the indicator will say initial balance, show initial balance. If you look at my screen, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, yeah. Let me see initial balance settings.
No, I don't see it on mine.
Okay.
STS trading sessions. I have one called initial balance.
That is what I recommended before I built my own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now I've just built it into the indicator, yeah.
Okay, so I guess I need to add that. What's it called?
It's called the trading sessions, and it's in the beta, or actually no, I added. I think I added that to I think I've added that all the way.
STS trading sessions. And it's at the top. So sessions. You have those 4, and then
It doesn't have it on
midpoint.
there.
Okay.
Mine's not on there.
All right. I just forgot to push the update then.
Yeah, that's what
No
I was wondering. I
worries.
was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I woke up and I needed to refresh my chart, and I said, hold on a minute here. Yeah, you guys look at this. See, I told you to watch that area because it really likes you. I know it went way past it, right? This midpoint was at 940. This went all the way down here, but look, if you actually look at the selling pressure, right, and the actual aggressive buying and selling that happened, it was super aggressive all the way down to this low again, right at the midpoint, and then they just switched gears, turned around, and started to buy right at that point. That's why I say that if you'll watch these areas, you don't have to figure out a bunch of places to trade. A couple key areas is all you need, and you can find plenty of trades. They'll get bounced right off of a 25 level, right at the midpoint, probably go right back. It's already touched VWAP, or point of control, which is going to be right here at 600. And look at all the big trades coming in. These are being, look at the sells are coming in right here, but they're being lifted by buy limits right now. So they're just overpowering them. And that's I wasn't looking at it, but this is a perfect little flush style trade. If I would have been looking at the chart, I would have, when this candle closed, I would have watched this candle, and I would have watched it, seen it push down lower, and then if I seen it lifting, and especially if there's stacked imbalances down here, decent. It's all right. It's decent. There's there's a good amount of orders right here. They're kind of dark. I know y'all can't see that very good, but there's 66 right there. Boom, you buy right there, and I'd have been out. I probably would have got out right here, knowing me, but it would have been a nice predictable move. It's the only move that stopped and then turned green. Even if you waited for that candle to close, that would have been like a $200 trade. $200 for $200. You could have traded back up to here. So 200 for 250 or whatever. Yeah, I'll push that update though for you guys for that one. Was this yesterday's high? How do I log out of a paper trade account?
Is the trading on paper trading this kind of is basically similar to on a real account?
It is, but it's a demo account, right? It's a demo account, and it is similar to trading a demo account. Now, normally, you remember MetaTrader. MetaTrader had great demo accounts. The demo account performance mirrored for the most part the live account performance. It was, your experience was very much the same, and so. With Trading View though, first of all, I have very limited experience with the Trading View paper trade. I haven't used it very much, so I don't have very much experience with it. But it is supposed to act like a demo account. And if anybody else has feedback on the Trading View paper trade account, feel free to volunteer that information.
Yeah, because I have much success on a paper trading situation. Literally, 2 trades that have been done already.
Let's see here. I'm gonna look it up. This is what I always do. If something's not working, Trading View paper trade account issues not filling. 1 month ago, paper trade not filling orders. I'm currently what's that? You left your phone in here. I'm currently learning trading and want to be profitable on paper trade. Whatever. That's somebody on Reddit just talking about the same issue you're having. Paper trading. TradingView has a whole article on main functionality. This might be worth taking a look at. Right here. This is just on their website. Now, what I'm trying to do is find out if there's like a status area. Yeah, you might just have to end up reaching out to them and asking them what's going on, or just make sure and restart your stuff.
Yeah, that's what I did, and I've been all right so far.
It has, all right. Look at that, man. That thing just pushed straight down. It is turned around. 5 minute. Where's my main chart here? I'll be right back, you guys. I'm really waiting for 10 o'clock, by the way. I've got nothing else to do. I've already taken one trade. You guys, I already showed you that trade. I got in right here. So I got in at open, literally on this wick. I got in here and was out of the trade. So I'll be back. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes. I got some things to do around here, and then I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I came back. Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about that indicator stuff that I'm working on. I've got it working, but
I knew you were working on it because you didn't put it out.
yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I don't care if I feel about what I feel about pressure. I'm just gonna stop talking about it because I'm not gonna release it and then there'd be a bunch of problems and then I'm really having to work under
Yeah,
more
take your
pressure.
time.
Yeah,
Take your time. It's just
I just decided yesterday, dude. I've been sick for like it's literally since Friday, and I have not
yeah,
taken a break. I just keep going,
don't get
So,
sick over it.
oh no, I mean I got sick from my daughter. She had like a flu or something like that, and I got the same thing. Everyone in the whole house got the same thing, but I was just like, I gotta get this thing out. And I've made so much good progress on it, but it doesn't make sense. Like I got it looking great, but the actual, like, I got the table, I got the trades doing the way I want them. I got that part right. But then when I sat down to actually watch it and try to copy some trades, I'm like, all right, I've got everything in, I've got the entire logic part built. But what I don't have is, execution. Like, let me get an alert, right? Let me see a level pop up. Like, let's see what the actual process of getting an alert or getting something to pop up on the screen, and then actually having clarity where it's like, all right, here that pops up. Now I know I can place my limit here, I can place my stop there. Like, I built the logic for it, but I hadn't actually watched it take place live over and over again. And once I started to do that, I set up the alerts, not last night, but the night before that. I set up the alerts, and I had a bunch of alerts that came through, and I woke up super excited. Like, I don't know if y'all see this, but I've got these alerts running, and those alerts, they popped up, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, this is looking good. I went and looked at the chart, and none of them were like, it wasn't, it didn't match the chart, basically, right? Like, there were alerts that were there, but I didn't see the trades, which meant that it was like firing alerts for pending setups that never actually got set up. So I had to fix a bug on that. It was, and then it was like that whole process. I just had to set it up, test it. So I've ran alerts all night, and I've ran alerts pretty much all night. And let's see, was it this one? I don't think it was, but let me double check. No, that's that. Not that one. I think it's this one right here. I think this is the one I'm running. This is one I'm running the alerts on. Oh yeah, this is the one. So yeah, that's funny. I had to put a little note. This is the one. All right. So yeah, so I'm running, but I'm running it like this without the session on, I believe. So I've got some that came through, some that won, some that lost. And so what I've got to do now is basically go through, and I've got to basically check the alerts compared to the signals. And then if that is good, then I'll go and push it out, because otherwise, man, it literally, I was like sitting there and I was like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I going to try to release this when it's actually not tradable? So yeah, you guys, don't worry, I didn't forget. I saw Terrell yesterday pop in there with the eyeballs yesterday afternoon, and I said it was like 6:30 p.m. and I was still working on it, and I was like, I cannot finish this. All right, look, this is the second place that I was expecting for price to go today that I wanted to watch. Never got down here, but that's fine. So there's a lot of stuff. So we've got this
That's the
area here.
high from the 13th, my line that goes
Are you
across.
talking about this 104 area up here?
No, like 042.
Oh,
There's a line, and
yeah,
that's the high.
yeah. So it is.
Yeah.
You're right. I've got the same line. So, and we just broke it. So I would normally say I'd start looking for a sell right here, but I don't think, if there's a sell, I personally think it'll be short lived, because I think this manipulation down here was to go higher. So I'm gonna hold off on this. See, this would be 100% an area that I would want to buy. I mean, sell. I'd normally be, look, we're session highs, overnight highs. I'd totally be looking to sell here, no problem whatsoever. But I'm not going to today, just because of what I just said. I'm going to watch it for a little bit, see what happens. We got 10 o'clock coming in 5 minutes, and that's going to be consumer confidence. So depending on it, we don't know what's going to happen. If there's a big surprise in consumer confidence, anything could happen right now. So I would really recommend you guys get ready to manage your trades. If you're in a trade right now, either be prepared for some volatility, or get out of it, or buckle up, or get your debit card out. Go ahead and head on over to Apex or Top Step.
So it's time to reset.
Yeah.
My debit card says
Don't
Ken
say I didn't
Baggett
tell
on
you.
it. So I need to get the number clarified from you so we could just talk offside for a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna use the MasterCard this time.
Well, the black card is what I would prefer.
No. You're at your limit. Oh, funny. You get the MasterCard now. Yeah, you've been warned.
Better yet is that Platinum American Express. I could go for that one too.
How do you know? I just got a letter about that. Yeah, it's funny because consumer confidence. Go ahead.
I got Forex Factory pulled up. What did you say this happened at 10 o'clock? Because I don't see anything.
Consumer confidence.
It's consumer confidence, and I was just about to say it's funny because it's listed as a yellow folder, so you may not see it.
I don't. No, I have yellow and red folders. Oh, orange. I don't have orange. I filtered out orange.
There we go. Orange is more important than yellow.
Oh no, I have orange. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, 7 a.m. Okay, what am I doing? I was looking at the PM. You're right.
Okay, I was about to say, wait, maybe I
The
could.
consumer
There's a very good
confidence.
chance that I'm the one that's tripping here. Yeah.
No, 7 o'clock. Yeah.
It's listed as orange. I've seen some crazy volatility come from these before. Typically, when it's a miss, is where you'll get the real super volatility. But the trend has been pretty clear. It's been kind of miss expectation every single time. They always aim for the 90s and then it ends up in the 80s the last couple months. So we'll see if it does the same. It'd be a slight miss, which would be NASDAQ. Would be dollar down, NASDAQ up, which would send this thing flying. Oh yeah, I didn't even add my volume levels. Let me get those on. Send NASDAQ flying straight up. It's just an idea, by the way, you guys. I'm not guaranteeing that NASDAQ is going to fly straight up. I'd love it to fly straight up. And that'd be great, especially if you guys are all buying. I'd love it for you all to make money. But I can't guarantee that's what it's going to do. Got to wait for the news. We're already high. This is why we have our meeting on Monday, because y'all remember what I'd said was the pre-positioning leading into the event. If you were already thinking about what I'm thinking about, this data was available days ago that it was consumer confidence was coming out, and that the correlation between consumer confidence, what happens to the dollar, and what happens to NASDAQ. So if you were already bullish, you could have already been buying that. But it is what it is. So here's all of our volume levels. Who knows? Taking bets. Which way? Up or down? Drop it in chat. Where's it going? Order filled.
It's a trap.
All right.
The short-term drop.
Says pending. I'm not even looking at the chart. I'm only looking at the data. I don't even want to look at the chart because I don't want to try to do anything. It just says pending. I can't get it to update yet. But I can tell you right now that was pretty lackluster. Nothing really happened.
It's 8.84.5.
It came in lower and price really didn't react. Maybe it's waiting for 10. No, it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, what the most boring 10 o'clock.
It was a 30-point range candle. That's all.
Yeah, that wasn't nothing.
All that hype for nothing.
It felt fun though, didn't it? I was like, yeah,
You sure did.
We're about to see something happen here. But those are the moments, that you got to be ready for, because that right there, and this minute is not Well, yeah, now the minute's over. I mean, you never know. Something could happen, and boom, all of a sudden it reacts to it. But
Is that forecast, is that actual, since it's in the red, is that good for the currency or bad for the currency?
that's
Like,
supposed to be bearish for the dollar, right? Consumer
okay.
confidence is a bullish indication, right? So like let's go see if the dollar even reacted. The dollar's already going down, so the dollar was already pushing down. I mean, this is just kind of, you know,
Yeah.
it was already going down. The news came out during this candle, it continued to move down. So to me kind of looks pre-positioned, like the market was already anticipating those results, and instead of waiting for the result, they traded, it's called buy the rumor, sell the fact type of deal, where it's like, why wait until the facts come out if there's a rumor, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
that's why we look at it ahead of time. And, in this case, I mean, look, pre-positioning wise, we talked about this Friday and on Monday, where we said, hey, if the dollar's going up, because we have the same situation tomorrow. We got an interest rate tomorrow. So if if I got you all hyped up for today and nothing happened, tomorrow there will most definitely be some volatility. It's going to be a little bit later in our session, but interest rates are almost so predictable that I know of the last 2 or 3 interest rates that we traded them live together. They're just super, super predictable, because interest rates have a very clear effect on the market, and you can just look at any market the day of the interest rate or even the day before and say, okay, does this look like it's priced in or not? And if it doesn't look priced in, or even if it does, it'll a lot of times give us trading opportunities right there. And so, yeah, I know we've traded the last at least 2 of them live together. We'll do the same thing tomorrow. And if we take a trade on it, cool. If we don't, then just observe it and watch it, but at least be aware of it and don't get caught, because tomorrow it's at we have 2 things going on tomorrow. We've got the interest rate, which is happening at 2 p.m. and they're expected to not change the rate. So, the focus is more on the press conference than the interest rate itself, unless the rate came out and it was different, right? Like they did actually drop it or raise it or something like that, then that would be a different story. But yeah, press conference will be in view tomorrow. But what's most important is right at 9:45 in the morning tomorrow, there's an interest rate decision for CAD, and CAD. No, and if you will, observe the correlation between CAD and USD, and how one's considered a safe haven and one's considered a, what do they call it? It's like a high beta, or a riskier asset, if you will. So what ends up happening is a little bit of risk on, risk off, and so even though the interest rates for the CAD, there's a good chance it'll cause the dollar to be supported, which means NASDAQ will be down. So we'd be looking for NASDAQ to be bearish leading up to that event. It's good to keep up on these things. At least, if you're not going to trade them, at least know about them so that you don't get caught. You don't just end up getting caught by one of them. We're at 6.
Ken, I'm done for the day. I made 790.
Nice. Congratulations. 790, huh?
Yeah. All Titans.
Nice. Look at this, man. This is really pushing out of here now. What do we got? Oh, they started selling a little bit ago. I like to watch areas like this when price pushed all the way up into here like it has, and then you get that big candle right here. There's lots of volume. Something's got to happen here, right? Like I like to start watching these candles because obviously something must have happened here. So to me, this is kind of like an area to focus on. Like if price stays below it, gives you a bias. If price get up above it, may end up giving you a bias. But yeah, it's got a lot of volume. I mean that candle.
Couldn't it possibly fill that gap this there?
I don't think that I don't know if that gap is real or not. Let me just do something here.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I see, I do see it on TradingView, but I don't see it on my other platform for some reason. Do y'all have a gap?
Okay.
No.
No, mine doesn't.
I don't know. I don't know why I've got one there.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, I'm about to get up off of here. Try to find some vacant land and flip.
Hey, sound good.
So, talk to y'all tomorrow.
All right, man. Good luck on your land search.
Good luck on your land search.
Thank you.
I caught me a nice one off that drop from about 246 to 236.
246. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. So you got it right as it started breaking those lows.
Yeah, 46 to 46 to 36 level.
Nice.
Breaking them lows. I was looking at the 5 minute. I seen it had plenty of room to go down.
Dude, I wanted to sell it a couple different times, but I just kept on distracting myself and looking other places because I was like, I'm not trying to go in right now. I want to watch.
I was waiting because it kept raiding that high. I had got in there once at the high, then it raided me. So I was like, I'm going to wait.
Yeah, trying to be a little more careful with it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And then I just waited for it to make the move.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a see how that's why I've been making these levels. I was doing them 10 points a piece, these levels right here, but I started making them 25 points because I could take a 25 point stop loss. You know what I mean? I'm set up for it. I don't want to, right? There's got to be a reason why I'd actually want to let something drag all the way to my stop. I could get in with a little bit better than 25 whole points. So what I've been doing is I've been putting these 25 points on here and using that as kind of a zone, and then I'll look for see right now. If I enter right here, it's $250. I know that. I know it's 250 right here because I'm halfway through my zone at one contract. So that has made it really easy. So if I just wanted to trade if I thought it was going to trade back down, I'll just trade it right here, just like this. And I'll just trade it right back down to the low, or I could have done the same like what you see. There was one trade at least in there, and then there was at least 2 trades where it touched that and went back to to this level here, and then it came back and then it did it again. So like focus on that at certain areas like this right here. So that's what I've been doing.
I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's actually kind of clean.
What I did, I mean, that's what I did with this one right here. Is I just let it come down in here, right there on that zone. It didn't give me the full amount I wanted, but yeah, I did it still.
That 26-100.
Yeah.
Look like it's trying to get up there, man.
It sure does.
We didn't swept last week, huh?
Well, and then that big sweep that we just did right here, right before we lift off, makes me think that it might try to climb on up there.
Yeah, look at that 5 minute wick. That 5 minute wick is pretty long.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at what it did here. That is a big Asian session, or it looks like it is, anyways, compared to London. Might try to mess around on some micros and take it up here. 100. It's like 70. It's like $75 right now on one.
Ken, do you ever trade the pre-market?
Oh yeah. I mean, if I trade it because, I'm normally on here about 1 hour before. I normally get on here about 1 hour before open because I'm used to showing up like that because of our daylight saving times. We don't change over here.
Right.
So if everyone else changes, and I'm just still sitting here. And so I said, I might as well look at the chart, and I like to look at the chart a little bit if I get a chance to, which I normally do. I like to look at it like this. I like to just zoom out and just see where we're at, and like, okay, what happened last night? We ran up during Asian session, London session started. We took the high. Was it manipulated, right? Like I like to look throughout the night before New York, and I just like to like literally ask myself like, but between open yesterday and now, was there any manipulation? Like, is there any clear manipulation? Because if I can, that's when you see manipulation, that is you seeing the big guys move the market, and that shows their hand. That's the biggest clue that you can see. And so if I could look around, that's why I said coming into the session today, I noticed that we had ran Asian session highs, but it doesn't look manipulated. This just looks like it grinded up. This just looks like trading happened, and then it fell back down, right? And so that's but we had taken the high. Either way, we had taken the high, but it hadn't been manipulated. Nothing had been super clearly manipulated by the open. So that's why, see, if something had been clearly manipulated, that's my pre-market trade. I might go ahead and if I could see that the lows or the highs have already been clearly manipulated, then I may go ahead and buy into open or sell into open, opposite of the manipulation. That works a lot of times for me. A lot of times. Way more than 50-50, just doing it like that. So especially if you're already near highs, right? Like if the low was manipulated and then as open is approaching, it's grinding up towards the high. A lot of times, low's already been manipulated. It's going to go somewhere near that high and it's going to sweep it right at open. It does it so often, so many times. And so I'll just watch it like that. If I see an opportunity like that during pre-market, I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy to take a trade. If it's a low risk, predictable trade, I'm always happy to take it. So that's
Makes sense.
yeah, that's even but today, see, nothing had been clearly manipulated at the time of open, right? If you look at the market, the only thing that looked the like clear manipulation, if it was anything, would have been like this right here, like that. Price don't turn around on a dime. It never really just turns around on a dime. No wicks, just straight flush, bam, bam, like that. That to me is a sign that somebody stepped in and said, nope, this level is absolutely not going to be defended, or not. We're not going there. And so like if there was anything at all I could see, it would have been that. And then boom, the open happened, and so instead, because nothing had been manipulated, I wanted to actually watch price, because at that point, honestly, man, we were right in the middle. We could have jumped up here and hit the overnight highs, or we could have come down and hit the lows. We were right in the middle. That's why I did not take a trade at or before open. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm,
You get
mhm.
messed up. You'll get messed up like that. But if the manipulation, like, see, yesterday I took a trade before open because of something that I had seen, like as price was, like as we were coming up to the to the bell, I seen some stuff and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm already expecting us to go to these highs. I don't expect that we're going to go to the lows. Just how look at how things were set up yesterday at open. I mean, this was our open yesterday. So, our lows were like, especially our overnight lows were way, way down here. I wasn't expecting that we were going to open up and go, all the, all the way down here. So we were opening near these highs. So I went ahead and had taken a trade right around the open. And that's how I got my money yesterday.
Okay, cool.
It's just,
That's a good approach, though. I like that. Yeah.
Just sit down, take a little look at it before it opens. Try to see, where was the money made last night, right? Or if there's any really clear signs in positioning, like, okay, during Asian session, it was consolidating, right? That's kind of the story. It not last night, right? But a lot of times during the Asian session is more. That's what it is consolidation, right? It's consolidation,
Mhm.
and so compared to the other sessions, and so now, were they buying or selling, right? We really don't know, but we could look at the delta and it tells us. Now, I'm not really good yet with delta on TradingView, but it tells us in this session we had positive delta. So we had more buying than selling based on TradingView data. And that's great. That's great, but there's no, like, is there anything that's really clear? Is there any real super duper clear manipulation? Not really. Right? It just looks like liquidity is being built. And then the London session opens up, right? And we didn't clearly take lows, right? There's not anything that's super, super clear that looks manipulated until right about here. And then right during this overnight session, this to me looks like some sorts of manipulation, right? Where prices pushed up, slam back down,
Mhm.
pushed up, slam back down, and it's at the highs. It's at a key area where I would expect liquidity to be. And then sure enough, what does it do right at open, right? This side was manipulated. So right at open, it runs. And a lot of times, this is a wider one, but a lot of times it'll run for the London lows or the Asian lows. You could even target the midway point. It's more than enough. You don't have to catch the whole move.
Move.
Right.
Yeah. Well, really, you only need a little bit of it. So,
Dude, we
yeah,
need like a tiny little portion of it.
yeah, just a few ticks, man. I'm learning that you can actually get what you need out of it, just a couple of ticks. I mean, really, honestly,
Yeah,
yeah.
you really can.
And just wanted to let you know, Ken, that Apex is running 90% off again. I think they just started it back up.
Oh,
Oh,
sweet.
wow.
I knew it. I was just talking to somebody that said, I said, do
It's
not.
time to grab about 2-3 of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see.
They sure know how to get you enticed in, don't they?
Yeah,
Don't
they're
they,
like,
man? Hey, they know that 1960 gonna be jumping.
Right. That part.
hey, are they ever though? Are they ever gonna do a deal like they did that one time? I mean, the $16. I think we
The
still have people.
$6, no, the $6 PA fees was the one,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
But if they were $6 or $16, something like that, my
Yep.
goodness, that was crazy.
Is it 1960 for even the 50K or just the 25K 1960 on a 90% off?
I'm about to find out right now. I'm just.
It's the 52.
Yeah, they usually run them like the 25, 50. Is it
25
25,
usually the
50,
same as
whatever?
the 50.
The
And
25,
a little
50, and the 100, and then the other ones be a little bit more higher, I think.
right, yep.
Yeah, that 100K that's kind of enticing, but the only thing about that is just take you a little bit longer to pass it, though, right? I mean, because the $6,000 is
Yeah, they take a little longer. They take a
I
little
think
longer to
everybody.
pass. They do that.
yeah,
I mean, I think we've all kind of agreed that the 25 or the 50 is the way to go. I mean, at the end of
right.
the day, I mean, the thing is, man, is that once you get that buffer built that we've talked about a lot of times, it doesn't matter. Like if you take a 50K from 50K to 60K, right? Now you got 10,000 a buffer. It don't matter anymore, right? Versus then,
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that with any account. So
Darren, I think the one I was thinking about that, there is something that I need to look into more, and it probably wouldn't affect most people though. The For example, on any one, when you're doing an evaluation account, or I mean on a PA account, I think before you get to the buffer, any one trade is not supposed to be more than 30% of your drawdown.
Right.
So if your drawdown is 1,500, your one trade should not be more than 500. Now, I know most of us wouldn't do that, but I think once you pass your buffer, it goes to 50% more, 750. But the only downfall of a 25K account, you'd be probably limited to 750, and on a 50K account, it would be 1,500. I'd look into that more.
Yeah, it doesn't. So it doesn't go away entirely. I thought after you got out of your buffer, all those rules disappear.
Well, that's what I have to check, but
Yeah.
maybe I misread it, but I thought that it's there, but it increases by 50% once you're in your buffer, but you still have a limitation on the loss for one trade.
Once you in your buffer on the PA account and you
Doesn't
pass
matter?
it, yeah, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you
Okay.
want. You can even trade it, and like I done lost PAs that was past the buffer. You can trade it. You can even lose it all the way back to the starting balance, and you still get that drawdown behind it.
I'm going to
Because
double
the
check though.
drawdown gonna stop at a certain point, and once the drawdown stops, right?
No, not
You
the
get it
drawdown.
past that
Right.
drawdown. Yeah.
Right, I'm not talking about the drawdown. I'm talking about the largest loss you can have on one trade.
Okay, then I think it can't be more than like
It's
half of your
30%.
account or something like that. Yeah,
It's
30%, something
30%
like
of your
that.
trailing drawdown. And I think
Yeah,
once you're
trailing
past
drawdown.
once you're past the buffer, they increase it by 50%, but there is still a limit. So let's say you had a $20,000 buffer and then you're taking these massive trades. Well, you might be limited to a 750 loss on a 25K account per trade. So that's one thing to look into.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to know. I mean, obviously, I'm not there yet, but
I just
But it's
usually
nice.
just go with the. I just
If you
usually
had
go with the 50K because the 50K is pretty much the same price as the 25K, but you just get more drawdown though with the 50K.
It would be
than opposed
double,
to the
yeah.
25. So yeah,
But it is something to look
I
into.
mean, but yeah, it's the same price. But I mean, I know it takes a little bit longer, but I think 50K is usually just the safer route to go. But
We
well,
getting
and
a
if you're
little
right,
message out here.
Yeah, I'll update the rest of that in a
It's
little
gonna
bit.
really melt tomorrow. It's not gonna get too high today.
$20 to you guys, $20 for the 50K accounts is pretty sweet for the evals. And then where did you get the information from Apex? I haven't even gotten the email yet.
I read it somewhere about their trailing drawdown rules, like the largest size of a loss per trade. I'm not talking about the trailing drawdown, right? Like if you have a 25K account in like a PA account and you're not past your buffer, your largest loss per trade is $500. Otherwise you get like a warning or a penalty or whatever, right? And then I think
they tripping.
Yeah, on the 25K account though, if you haven't your buffer, you probably should only be trading.
I know. I'm saying it probably wouldn't affect you, but if let's say you had a 20K buffer and then you want to, do $1,000 per loss per trade, you might not be able to do that. So that's something to look into.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ken knows, but I mean, if you have 300K accounts, you got nothing to worry about. But
yeah, what's the question? I heard you guys talking about
the question. The question is, once you pass and you're in your PA, and even before you get to your buffer, the largest loss per trade they want you to take is 30% of your trailing drawdown. Once you're in your buffer, I believe they say it increases another 50%, but there's still a limit you can lose on a trade. Even if you have like a 10K buffer.
It's 50% of your total net profit on the account.
Oh, 50% of the and that's per trade?
It starts at first it's 30% of your trailing drawdown. Then once you hit your buffer, your safety threshold, then it's of that, right? Then it's of that. And then I can't remember what it is, but once you hit, it's either time related or once you hit a certain amount, I think it's time related. Then, or like, you know, after you get a certain amount of payouts, then it bumps up to 50%, or no, or when once you double your safety threshold, then it's 50% of the total profit on the account, which you're not going
Okay,
to
it's the
lose
total
50%
profit,
yeah,
not the trailing drawdown.
exactly, because you don't have a trailing drawdown anymore, because
No,
it's
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, your
It's
trailing
a little
drawdown goes
tricky.
away.
It's not 100% clear, right? It's not very easy.
Everything that Apex puts is not. I don't know why they do that. They're like, I don't know who their copy guy is up there that writes everything that they write, but or do they just sit around in the lunchroom like joking, like let's confuse the heck out of them today with these words, you know?
But it is something to consider. If it's 50%, if you're in a buffer, and if it's 50% of like your buffer, then you got nothing to worry about. But if it's still only 50% on top of the initial like 30%, then you know that could be an issue. If you have a massive buffer, you might break the rule. But I think you're right. It's probably 50% of your profit.
Yeah, I looked into it before because see, y'all remember I didn't even know that the buffer stopped. I already had my accounts up in the 30,000s when I realized that my buffer had stopped. That I was no longer. I just had my plan and I was just following. I would have continued to do that the entire time. I thought I was so smart. I was like, yeah, see, I got the big account for this reason right here. And I really, man, I wasted months, literally months, because it took me a while to pass those 300K accounts. I had no freaking clue that I could have just grown a buffer on a 50K. So that's why everybody was doing that. I thought they were trying to be cheap. You know what I mean? I'm not going to cheap it. Like I want to do this the right way, you know? And so that's why I did it that way. And I just had no idea. So when I started to learn about that, when you guys told me about that, I said, you know what, I can't be in this situation. I've got to read everything on there. So I went over all the articles, went over every single thing, and then on top of that, I even started hanging out in Apex Facebook group, and I would just try to, like, every single time a question would come in, I'd go find the exact answer and I'd answer it. And I was just answering people's questions over and over again. That way I could get, you know, all the main stuff. And I read it specifically that's what it was, but that was so long ago. I can't remember if it, you know, because they have so many weird little rules. Some of them are time based, some of them are profit based, and then they also change the rules, you know, and so they change rules from time to time, and yeah.
Hey Ken, let me ask you this. So on a 50K account, the buffer, once you pass, I noticed that when you pass it, it resets back to 50,000. So you start over, right? Kind of, sort of.
Right.
And so you should grow that buffer to maybe what, $3,000, or is it? When does the buffer go?
I actually created a little blueprint, and a scaling blueprint. Just a second, let me grab it for you. Because
quick question before you start.
Yeah.
So 50K is the way to go.
I would do the 50K, yes, because
I said 50K.
I like the 25K.
Or
It's the same
let these guys tell you what they figured out actually. So I'll let them do it.
If you
So
use that
25K?
logic, the 50K, because it's easier, the 25K makes even more sense because it's even faster, and your drawdown and your profit target is 1-to-1.
Now, with that being said, there's only one thing I'm going to add to that. I agree. First of all, I do agree. In regards to, because most people in this group, they're not having trouble getting past evaluations. We've all gotten pretty good at getting past evaluations. It's getting consistent payouts where most people are stuck at. And so it's not the evaluation part. That's pretty easy to get past. So with the 25K accounts, yes, you're going to get there faster, but I have had a few people since we started doing this. I've had at least 2 people reach out and say I was going to try a 25K, but I just felt too much, like it was too small, right? But like they essentially couldn't use see, like if you're used to using micros, no problem, right? You could fall into a 25K pretty easily, but do not get a 25K account if you're planning on trading like NQ and stuff like that until you build up your buffer. You'll be able to, but you got to just be ready to trade micros, and also understand that if you're going to be trading micros, it adds one little variation to your trading results, which are about double to
Commissions.
triple the fees. Yeah. So just
Yes.
between you and the finish line of being profitable, just realize that you trading micros because you're forced to strictly because of the account size, is going to add some fees. Just be aware of that.
That's a good point, Ken.
With the
You have to trade micros on a 25K.
Mhm.
You trade full lots of minis. It's like really hard.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you, and I'm not going to say this was completely the best idea, but I did do it, and I didn't feel stress or pressure. I risked up to about $200 per trade when I got my 50K accounts. I did $200 per trade, and I just took trades that most of those trades that I took were price action trades. So they were trades that I was finding or Titan trades that just happened to fit the risk, but I didn't trade no micros on my 50K accounts. I passed all my 50Ks with minis at about $200 risk per trade. So, but I don't, again, a 25K account, I'm assuming is literally like scale all of that down 1-to-1. I would imagine. I don't see it working on minis on the 25K.
Yeah, psychologically for me, it was better to do the 50K. I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah.
It just I tried several 25Ks and I just couldn't get over the hump. But 50K just seems, I guess for me, until I get past that mental block,
Right.
the 50K works best for me.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
could
What do you mean by
also
1-to-1, Ken?
Well, like what I mean is like, all right, if you got a 50K account, right, and you have your parameters on it, right, your profit target, your max loss, you're going to risk $200, to try to hit your target. I would imagine that if you were to go to a 25K account, everything just scales down 1-to-1. So if I was going to risk 200 on a 50K, if I'm on a 25, I'd probably risk 100. And I don't know what the profit targets and things are on there, but I'm just thinking about my risk management. I assume that the targets and limits scale down 1-to-1, ish.
I got you. I got
so,
you.
yeah.
Or for the $20, you could, like I've done YOLO and
Mhm.
just do max like 4 mini lots and just pass in 1 or 2 trades
Did you
or
ever
fail.
did you ever try that thing that I think it was Dr. Lisa was talking about that one time, about the whole buying, you know what I'm talking about, right? You remember that?
The grid?
I
Not a
do, yeah.
grid, but they were
Two accounts.
buy and
Oh,
sell.
yes.
2 accounts.
I tried that. And you would think that, it should just work. It makes sense. You know what? It didn't work for me. I don't know why.
Okay, all right. I was wondering.
No, there is a scenario where that can't, because you could go up and I had in my head before, but where you can kind of get stopped out on both
Yes.
Like if
potentially.
Huh.
Especially when you're using max lots. Like it didn't work. I thought this is going to be a breeze. I'll just pay the $20 on each and I'll pass one and one will fail. I don't care. And it didn't work. I failed both.
Oh man, you're sitting there. What happened? This was a guarantee.
I know. It was weird. Or I think one failed and then the other one went into like 60% drawdown and I just like closed it out, right? But yeah. But like I said, like for the $20, I don't know. I've done it and people know, like I just did the max mini, like 4 mini lots on a 25K and took 2 or 3 trades and boom, I'm done. Like,
Nice.
but like I said, I've failed a lot that way too.
Right.
Yeah, you have to be laser sniper on that entry and exit though.
Well, I'll be right back. I gotta grab something. I'm gonna just leave my charts up here. Let me put this up. Dude, this
Daily
market
high.
sideways. Ooh, look at that. That is no good. Just barely
Titan just won.
squeaking. Yeah. Barely squeaking by though. This lost, that lost, this one, and that barely. No, this one lost. No, I don't know. It depends, I guess, on how this opened. Maybe it opened, went and touched TP and turned around. But this is garbage.
Yeah, I actually got mine this morning already, so I'm on paper trading. So
Yeah.
yeah. But hey, Ken, when you come back, man, make sure you show us the what you were talking about, the scaling, you know, for your drawdown.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
say,
Here, I'll do it right now. I'll just bring it to you. I forgot.
Hey, when you do come back in, don't forget to hit me up in Facebook for that credit card number.
Right. he did not forget. Said I'm waiting. Let's
And then
see.
too, man, I'm still waiting for the invite to Arizona. There, I told you my brother and my niece live in Scottsdale, so
Oh yeah, man. I was just out there over the weekend too. So
yeah, man, I bet you were.
You gonna come out here during the heat, or are you gonna come out here when it's nice and cool?
Oh yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind the heat. I don't mind the heat. Yeah,
I actually love it.
I want to bring my German Shepherds too, since you got that big place.
Yeah.
I got 4 German Shepherds, so.
Oh, they love it. Do you take them swimming or anything?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, whenever you get out here, let me know. I do things.
Oh man, I my size is first class, so just go and hook me up and let me know.
Oh yeah.
Or you can send the jet over, you know.
Right. I'll just have my driver pick you up. Let's see here. I got what you need here, Ray. So this is something we came up with. Let me put this. I did this for a 300K account and a 50K, but let me just give you, this is just an idea, right? I always talk about to you guys to have an idea with your trading. Don't just be trading, you know, don't be a ship at sea with no destination, right? So if you actually have a destination, right, and you know where you're going, you know what you want to do, you're going to get there. You're going to have a lot bigger chance of getting there if you actually, you know, have clearly defined it. So this helps you to come up with an idea. And I'm just going to leave this here while I take off, but I'm just going to be gone for a couple minutes, but I'll leave this here. This is simple. This is an idea of how you could properly scale into 50K accounts. See, a lot of people, they want to go and buy 20 accounts right away. They've never proven the strategy works. They don't have confidence. They have confidence in me and what I've told them. That's it. They just believe it's going to work just because I said it. And and God bless them. I love that they trust me so much, but the confidence, I can't sell the confidence. You know that confidence has to be built, and it's part of a trader, and it's extremely important. So anyways, you got your confidence, you got your strategy, you are ready to go. Start with one account, and you can see here, buy one 50K account. You need to reach $3,000. Once passed, it resets as a performance account, right? It resets. So now forget about other accounts. Don't think about no other accounts. You have one performance account. From here, instead of going up to 3,100, because you know that's what most people do. They say, "Let me get to 3,100 so I can pull out that first $500." Right? They want to pull out money as soon as possible, and I get that, but that's going to put you right back next to the death of all Apex accounts, the trailing drawdown. Okay, let's not get close to that again. You know what I mean? Let's get far away from that. If that's the only thing that's going to cause you to fail, let's get very far away from that. So don't go to 3,100 and then just, you know, pull the little $500 out. That doesn't. What are you going to do with $500 anyway? So instead, aim for a total of $10,000 profit. Take that 50K PA to 60,000. All right, now. All right, so now. What's going on?
He's like a robot.
Oh yeah, I can't. Sorry, bro, I can't hear you at all. Okay. All right. So now, let me tell you. I want to clarify something here. These are steps, but you're not taking action yet. This is mental. So look, this is mentally how you prepare. Step 1, you buy 150K, and this is what you're going to need. Once passed, you now have this. This is going to be your first goal. This doesn't mean you start. This just means your goal is to grow that 50K to 60,000. What you're going to do is then at the same time that you got that new PA, go buy 4 more 50K accounts. Now you're going to be trading 1 PA and 4 evaluation accounts. You're not going to think about the evaluation accounts. Remember, that doesn't matter. You're trading the performance account. You got the funded account. Try to forget about the 4 evaluations, right? And so at the same time, right now, blah, 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 when you've made 3,000 on your main PA, you also make the 3,000 on those 50K. They're going to reset as PAs. Just keep trading. You need 7K more on your first PA. At that same time, the 7K gets mirrored to the 4. So by the time your first PA is 10K, you've got a total of 10K profit in your first PA, and you've got a total of 7,000 in your other PAs 2 through 5, and your total profit in all 5 accounts is 38,000. You could actually withdraw. You could actually withdraw right there 25,000 if you wanted to. If you wanted to, right then and there, you could withdraw that. That's 60 days away, that or less. If you actually stuck to that plan, that's 60 days or less away. It's not asking a lot. These are pretty small goals. You know, they're just very consistent. They're small goals. And what if it's 90 days away, right? The goal, you know what? In fact, let's forget about how many days away. Let's forget about the time. Just focus on all you're trying to do is make a little $10,000 profit. You already had to make 3,000 on the evaluation account to pass it. You already made it 50% one time, and then if you get to your buffer, you already made it 60% of the time, 60% of the way. You know, if you already made 3K on the evaluation, you can be patient enough and make another 10K. So really, your job is to, if this simplifies anything, which it should, if you'll think of it this way, your one and only job right now, buy one 50K evaluation account. Go past that 150K evaluation account, and then buy 4 evaluation accounts, hook them up, forget about them, go make 10,000 on that one PA. So pretty much buy one PA buy one 50K account, pass it, and then go make 10K on it. That's your only goal. That's really all it is. The other accounts are just going to be in the background getting copied. You literally do not even have to think about them.
Right.
So, you know, so that's.
Would you buy those? So would you buy during the special they have, or it doesn't matter? You just do the one, and then whenever you pass that, you buy the other 4.
You could, right? You could do that right now. You know, when I wrote this, Apex is, and they still are, the same exact way. They do a deal. They keep a deal going. You know what I mean? So you could really buy these evals anytime, but just think about it ahead of time. First of all, you don't need to be operating under any pressure. So don't go buy the extra accounts if anywhere in your mind, your brain is saying, I have to pass these in 30 days because I don't want them to renew. If that thought's going to come in your mind, don't do it now. Absolutely do not do it now. Don't put that time pressure on yourself. You know, they're going to do another deal. You're going to be able to get the accounts again. They might even have a better deal, you know, so just make sure that whatever you do, you're not putting any pressure on yourself. You just want to try to have some fun with this. Pass the one account. Do it in a very duplicatable way, and a way where you know you can do it again. And then when you do it again, you're going to be doing it on the performance account, and you're just going to grow that to 10,000. By the time you get that to 10,000, that was your only goal. You're going to be able to withdraw 25,000 from all of your accounts if you follow that exact blueprint right there.
Okay, thank you.
It's not hard to make 10,000 on these accounts, you guys. It's just if you try to do it too fast, that's where most people end up blowing this up. You make a couple $100 a day. Some days, you know, I normally aim for somewhere between $200 to $500 a day. That's normally where I aim. Some days I end up making 1,000 in a day. It just depends on what the market gives you, but I'll tell you one thing, I'll never lose 1,000. I'm not going to lose 1,000 in a day. I might lose 500, but I try hard not to lose that much money. So, you know, but it's very easy to make a couple hundred, 250 to $500 a day. If you could do that consistently for a few weeks, you are there.
Yeah.
I'm about to make a little 75. I told y'all I was gonna buy a micro a long time ago. I've been holding on to this one micro. As soon as it hits 100, I'm out with my $75. I've been holding on to this micro for, oh God, over. Well, I know. I guess it hasn't been that long. 30 minutes or something like that. I've been holding it for a minute.
What level did you buy it at?
$75 away from here. Let me see. 62. 62. But I actually bought it when it was dropping down. It was on it was heading down to 50, to that 50 level right there, that 26,050 level. It was heading down right here. So I actually got in and held on and was in there the whole time. So this, hopefully this kind of puts it into perspective. This is all really super scalable too, right? I've, if you need or want, I've got one for the 300K account as well. It's just slightly different math, But
I mean, yeah, you can complete that. You complete the process once. I mean, the whole thing, and then you can just rinse and repeat, keep going.
So let me just make sure that I've completely simplified it. I know there's a lot of steps right there, but really this is how simple it is. You buy one 50K account, pass it, and then set a goal to make $10,000, and then go make $10,000. That's it. Now, in the background, what will be happening is you're going to be copying some accounts, but we don't even need to talk about that. That part's easy. You know how to sign up for an account, right? Well, there you go. So forget about them. Sign up and forget about them. Hook them up and forget about them. Your only goal and focus is one 50K account. Pass it. Once you pass it, you should, if you've listened to me at all, then you should say, I'm confident in my strategy. I can do this again because I did it in a purposeful way. I followed a strategy. I had a plan. I can execute this again. And providing you did it right the first time, you should do it right the second time. You're going to pass. You're going to do it. Everyone's making this way too hard. It's just get an account, pass the evaluation, and then make 10,000 on it. Make 10,000 on it, and if you do that following this exact plan, yeah, you'll be pulling out 25,000, and that could be in 90 days, it could be in 4 months, it could be in 30 days. Some people, and I don't want to encourage anybody to do anything besides be safe with your money. Like I love it when people make money real fast. I love it when people make money in general, but I want you to keep the money, right? I want you to be able to create some long-lasting success here. And so that's why I try to lead you in the right way. But look, there are people out here that they trade aggressively, and they're doing this right here in 30 days. Exactly what I'm showing you right here. They're doing that in 30 days. And now, are they going to lose their accounts at some point trading that way? Yeah, probably so. But they still pull it out $20,000-$30,000. You know what I mean? So they're getting paid, but the main point of it is they have a plan from beginning to end, and that's what a lot of people are lacking, is a clear vision from point A to B. How are you going to execute something? I know we live in 2026, and I might be the youngest one on here, but come on, don't you guys know we used to hop in the car and we had a map, we had a destination, we had Google Maps downloaded and printed out. Like, you would never just start something without having a clear idea of how you're gonna get to the end, to the finish line. This should be the same way with trading, 100% the same way. Google Maps with the download, with the print. Y'all miss those days?
It was MapQuest. When I used to be working in insurance, I had to use an Atlas book.
Oh, wow.
I didn't.
I've been there too.
Rand McNally.
Yeah, I've got every year there was a new one.
But the thing is it updated?
That's funny. It's kind of
so
funny.
Where did you get this, Kenneth?
What?
What you just pulled out and put on the screen, where was it stashed?
In, I think, the left back section of my brain.
No, it's in the membership chat.
Oh,
it is posted somewhere.
Oh, I see.
It's
yeah. It is in mentorship chat under pinned messages. And
okay.
Yeah, I always recommend y'all check those pinned messages out every now and then. If you ever just feel like doing something and want to check some things out in STS, you know, bored in the house, then go to the pinned section. Anything that I ever think is important, I'll always pin inside of there for you guys.
Now this plan has taken into account the fact that you can't have maximum withdrawals until like I think 5 withdrawals.
Let me think here. I can't remember if I put that in or not. So let's see. Start with the fan. I think I factored it in, but I can't remember, because I do remember that when I made that, I was past all of that. So I may have not considered that, but I can't remember. I'll go back over my notes from when I did this and I'll double check it. But the same process is the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I don't know if I included the max amount you can withdraw. I did consider withdrawing and making sure to leave enough in for the safety net, but I don't remember if I did the max amount or not. But I'll find out for you. But again, same concept of adding, and just working on one account first, and then setting a goal for that one account. Because see, what I see a lot of people getting messed up on is they will get all these accounts and they're group trading all accounts at one time, which could just be a lot of pressure when you're in the building confidence stage. But the other thing that I see people doing is they're trying to trade multiple accounts at separate times, like trying to manage like 5 accounts at one time, and they'll take a couple trades on one and then a couple trades on another, and and things like that. And they're trying to pass all of them at the same time. And I'm like, if you have a strategy you're confident in, like, I get what you're doing. You are distributing the risk across a couple accounts so that if something goes wrong on one, it doesn't go wrong on all of them. But that defeats the purpose of copying trade accounts. Like, that's the only reason you would do something like that most likely is because you might not be confident in the actual strategy that you're trading. If you were confident, then you'd be thinking differently. You'd be thinking, how could I get more money for this one strategy to produce profit on, right? So just think of it, and yeah. I will be right back though, guys. I'm gonna leave this here, and let me switch over here. I want to put this one on. I'll put that there. Y'all got the notes, right? Y'all get the notes? I'll put them here. Okay. Okay, I'll be right back.
Anybody catch that 1 minute Titan? Just happened. Looks like I got out too early.
All right.
You know, it's interesting, Ken. Sometimes the Titan is different for MNQ and NQ.
Oh yeah.
Because there was just a Titan now that just won, but it didn't show up on your NQ.
Yeah, I've seen it's just the slightest difference. It's normally when it's like a candle that just is, barely opens or closes, or like it closes very near its open, something like that, and it'll normally do that. All right, let's go ahead.
And I confess I'm having a hard time sitting on my hands. However, I'm going to abide by the rules. I already did my 3 trades. They're all 3 greens. So it's a little win, but I'm getting there.
Nice. Yeah, stick to it. And good job just admitting it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm having some trouble, but good job.
Yeah, it's hard because I was like, oh, I still got time on my time frame.
Yeah.
And I haven't hit like my profit target, limit or whatever, but it's okay. I stopped.
Hey, if you're green, then take it. You know what I mean? You're green. Just
Oh,
remember that
absolutely.
something I've also noticed. I don't know if this is just me or if, I don't know if this might actually just be me, but I feel like as the day goes on, it's not as predictable. Like, I don't know. I feel like when I wake up, like my highest probability always seems to be right at open. Every like 30-minute block that gets away from open, I'm less and less likely to trade. When I look at the chart, I just don't feel as confident. But I don't know what it is. When I right around open, when all the levels are fresh and it's volatile and there's fresh volume coming in and uncertainty in the market and things like that, that's where I feel most confident, where I'm like, all right, you know what, like let's let the market go crazy. I'll look for the first sign of some clear rebalancing attack, and then I'm kind of done after that. So if you're done and you're green, save it for tomorrow.
And I also already listened to that audiobook that you were talking about, the best loser wins.
Yeah.
And what you're saying right now, I don't know if you read the whole thing or if you heard the whole thing, but one of the things he talks about at the end is that he did like a self-analysis of, I don't know how many weeks it was that he looked at it, but that his best trades are always in the morning. So, it's pretty congruent. And then he also did say that when you trade less, you get more profits. So, everything that you're teaching us, just you putting it out there, is very congruent with, multiple other teachers that are out there that are actually successful in doing the thing, not just, selling programs just to sell programs.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that. So
Absolutely. Well, good job. I'm proud of you.
And what was that? Oh, sorry.
The book is The Best Loser Wins. He actually wrote this during COVID.
Are you sure? Let me see real quick.
And it was and it's you can buy it on iPhones, but you can also listen to it in YouTube.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know it was that recent, honestly. I actually didn't know it was that recent.
Yeah, because he makes a reference to, like he's sitting here writing or something, I'm typing this and I'm looking up at the numbers and, right now we are being affected by this coronavirus thing.
Right.
So he mentions it. So that's why I know that it's like around that time. So it was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Did you do the audio or did you get the actual book?
I did the audio.
Okay, yeah.
No, I did the audio.
I like doing those
I
too.
listened to it on YouTube. It's free, but then there's the regular version on the audiobooks.
I see. Yeah, I got the audio. I got those audio books. I love those. I literally do not listen to the radio or anything because I really don't care for a lot of the new stuff that's out. So when I get in the car, my car automatically knows. It just starts playing an audio book.
Oh yeah, mine too.
It's like, oh yeah, when it's time for that.
And
Okay,
I was going to ask,
go ahead.
the indicator we were talking about before, the one that drew like the first hour block, That wasn't your indicator, was it? Because I
No.
think I removed it, and then you said you were going to update yours, but I might have removed the wrong one. So which one were you going to update, and which one was that one that drew the 1 hour block?
The 1 hour. So I'm updating STS trading sessions. That's the one that
Okay.
I'm going to update today, and that will uh that will have the initial balance in it. Now the indicator you need to download until I get that is called the initial balance. It's just called initial balance. And what
Okay.
is it? Oh yeah, we're already at that time too. Here, I'll turn mine on.
Just under technicals, I think.
Yeah, see, we're
Is
kind
that
of
the
we're
Apex?
we're trading above it right now. As long as we stay up above there, it typically ends up as a trend day.
So
Just
when you
got the
update
Apex.
yours, it's going to have that like 1 hour block thing.
Yep, just like how you see on my
Okay.
screen here, it'll have these
Okay.
little yellow lines, and you could turn them on or off. I just need to review the script. It's 100% ready. I actually thought I already uploaded it. I don't see why I didn't. So you know what? I'll just do it right now because I don't see anything wrong with it. Let me make sure it runs fast. Pretty fast. Oh, I know what I needed to do. There is one thing I need to do to it. I want to limit the amount of boxes it draws back because it actually draws forever. If you allow it to, or if you start scrolling back, you'll notice it draws forever and ever. I'm gonna put a limit on it, like 30 days or something like that, and then that way
Yeah.
it doesn't bog everyone's computer down, and then I'll upload it. That's what I was gonna do. Sweet. So we had a couple flushes come in here. This is on NASDAQ during the session anyways. So I had a couple come in up at the high. This one didn't work. That was the first one. I think somebody was saying, I think Clyde said he tried to get this one right here, if I remember. That didn't work, but this one did. So we had a nice little flush right there. And then price tried again here. That one didn't work, but then this one did work. So these are all at the high of day. These are nice little patterns to look for. If you're looking for a reversal, add that indicator on there for you guys to have it. It's in the invite only scripts. Just it's very minimum. It doesn't take up a lot of spots on your chart, but it's worth having on there. A lot of times it will call like a high a day or low of the day. Even here we had one right there at the very low of the day.
I'm sorry, Ken. I missed the name of that indicator.
This one's just it was like a super simple one. It's just called the STS reversal. There's
Okay.
no settings. What I did was I have a certain type of trade that you'll notice I look for that we always call it a flush, and it's where price will like do a liquidity. It's basically a liquidity sweep, right? It's like a liquidity sweep, and then it's just a candlestick pattern. So if price breaks above, I'm normally looking at order flow, and if I can see sellers or divergence in CVD, I'd just like to enter with my stop right above the high. Just a nice, simple little flush right up here at the high. The higher, the better. Tighter stop. We get some of these sometimes, man. These are like $75 trades on NASDAQ. So we're talking like 2-3 points on NASDAQ, and we might be going for 10 points, or something like that. So, or whatever. I mean, if it's at a high of the day, even we may even target center of the range. But what it does is what it's doing is it's targeting that price action pattern, which is really, it's just a strong closing bull candle and then a strong closing bear candle that fails to make a new high. And it must happen at a key level. Like it's only, I've got them drawing only at high a day or low a day. So that way they're,
Gotcha.
they're not like happening all over the place. Otherwise you'd see 1,000 signals in a day.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
I've just been working on Titan because that's where I stopped at in the. I haven't gone on to like the one right after the Titan strategy. I'm just trying to do that, and that's where I've been doing my money. But all my accounts are 100K, and I got 150K.
Okay.
But I need to. I mean, because it's on the 100K, it's $6,000 for your profit target.
I see. Yeah. Yeah. So what is it the Apex one, the static one?
Yeah, the Apex one.
Oh yeah, so you
Right
got to be
under
real.
the
You got to
trigger.
be. You've got that. What do you have? A $600 trailing drawdown, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got to be real careful with that one.
Oh yeah, I am. I one thing I paid attention to was you were saying you don't want to risk any more than 0.5% of your trailing drawdown. I think that's what you said in
More
the
no more than 5% of the trailing drawdown.
Oh, 5%. Okay.
But that is I designed that for the the static account, or not static, but the full accounts that have the the trailing drawdown. You could still apply the same concept, but yours is going to be quite different. You have to think about it, because realistically, see, this is what happened. As soon as I got into the prop firm space, I saw the problem right away. People are like, I got a 300K account, and they're like, I'm gonna risk 5%, or I'm gonna risk 1%, right? I got a 100K account, I'm gonna risk 1%, right? And so that's, let's say, or they were gonna do 1% on a $300,000 account. They got a trailing drawdown of 7,500. They're risking 1% of 300,000. Of course, they're
Yeah.
gonna blow it over and over again. And so
Yeah.
then, so then a lot of them say, okay, that didn't work. I'm gonna just use one contract, right? They're just like the one contract guy, like, okay, I'll just use the minimum, but they don't realize NASDAQ, it's actually a lot of money. And so if you'll just have a plan, 5% of the trailing drawdown, that gives you 20 losing trades in a row. If you lose 20 losing trades in a row, that strategy does not work. That's for sure. If you followed the strategy and you risk 5%, if you lose 20 in a row, that strategy is not working. I've built a lot of strategies over time. I've never had a 20 trade losing streak with a mechanical strategy. So
Got
so it just keeps you in the game. You're not buying resets. You're not having the thing about a reset and working with me is y'all lose those accounts. Once you blow your account and it's canceled, that data is gone. So then it's a brand new account. So it's like oftentimes when I'm looking at people's reports and I'm trying to help them, I'm only able to look at 30 days worth of data, or something like that. Like, okay, I restarted. Now I got 30 days worth of data, but if you do that 5% trailing drawdown, when the people do that, now I have 1 month of history. Now I have 2 months of history. We can actually see the progression over time, where it's like, okay, month 1, you were trading like that. Look at your results. Month 2, you were trading like this. Look at your results. We made an improvement, optimized it. Month 3, look at the difference between month 1 results and month 3 results. We just have to continue to take that data and then turn the knobs, and pull the levers, and then bam, we can get anyone where they want to go, as long as they can stick to that. But yeah, if you're risking too much, your account's gone. I can't look at it.
Gotcha.
I know we don't really got to worry about that with you, but it's I start talking.
Well, no, and I'm like I said, my thing is I'm trying to do this and lay it out for my son just because of my own health issues,
Right,
so
right.
I just,
make sure you got a clear plan. Yeah.
I tell you, I had been sick because I get bad allergies. The same time last year, my allergies got so bad. I had my eyes closed shut with matted stuff on it. My nose, my hearing was gone. It was like, oh my God.
I get that too. About one time a year. I've been like that my whole life. One time a year, I get allergies, and it's always when it either gets hot or when it gets cold. Either or, when it's turning from hot to cold or cold to hot, I'll get some allergies. And I just, luckily, see, when I was younger, nothing could stop me. I just, what's an allergy? I just keep
Yeah.
going. I never took medicine in my whole life. I never even had ibuprofen. I never had anything like that. And my girlfriend is just like, what is, I'll be like, man, I got a headache. I'm just going to go lay down. She's like, why don't you take a, I was like, I don't take that, and
Yeah.
so I finally, as I started to get older, I'm telling you, I literally never took any medication as a young one, and then, or even as a young adult. And then once I settled down and, and all that, she's sitting here looking at me. I'm the same way. My eyes are watering, my throat's itching. I'm just like tearing, she's like, you need allergy medicine. And I was like,
Yeah, my wife's like, you got a whole pharmacy. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm 55 now,
Yeah.
so it's like,
Hey, no lie though. First time I ever took a Zyrtec or whatever they're called, I
Yeah,
I
they're
was
dead.
I was hooked. I said all these years because it lasts for about 2 weeks. When it happens to me, it's like 2 weeks of miserable. I'm talking, and I wear contacts, so when my eyes start itching, I gotta rub them, and it's horrible. I'm a mess.
And
And
I did that LASIK thing, and it was the best thing ever.
what age did you get LASIK at?
Uh, 35, 36, something like that.
And your eyes still working good with the LASIK, or did you
Yeah,
ever?
yeah. No, they're still good outside of the allergy stuff, but yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I might get LASIK because I am 34 right now, and I've thought about.
The technology has even improved because I couldn't get LASIK again, but I can get what they call PRK if it gets bad enough,
Mhm.
Or when you get older over time, your eyes get worse too.
Mhm. Yeah, I might go and get that done because that would be sweet to be able to see without wearing I haven't been able to open my eyes under the water in almost my entire life. I started wearing contacts when I was like 11 or 12, and my glasses are so thick because I'm very blind. My prescription for my contacts are -6 and -7. So my glasses are like super thick if I get glasses.
You
And
got the Hubble telescope kind of glasses, huh?
yeah, I do. I'm really, really blind. And so yeah, I don't ever take my contacts out. In fact, I'm so blind that I can't see anything without them. So I never ever take them out. Like I
So you
know
got the extended wear?
well, yeah, might as well call them that.
Okay. Well, you got to be careful, man, because you don't want to get the bacteria infection in your eye. If you've been doing it for a while, I'm sure
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what they told me, like 20 years ago. They're like, hey, and I got when I was in my teens, I would constantly get eye infections. My eyes would be infected. I got to the point where I would just walk around when my eyes would get infected. I would just walk around with one contact in and one out, and I just got like that, and it didn't bother me. And then as I got older, now I never get any eye issues or anything, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not
I
good.
just started ordering contacts. It's just getting them on and taking them off with nails and lashes.
Oh
I'm sure you
gosh.
don't have that problem.
I could not put
I'm
contacts
telling
on
you,
with that.
Ken, the LASIK is the thing because I was like 20 minus 275 and 20
Mm.
minus 300 and something. After the surgery was done, I was 20/50 both eyes,
Oh wow.
and then it just improved, over time as your eyes heal.
Really?
But
Huh.
the technology now is so much better.
Right. Right. That's what I was thinking too, is that they've probably done a lot of different things with the technology. I wonder if we end up going up there to that level, that 270 level next.
I can.
Yeah.
On the Titan, have you ever messed with that other one that you had that was filtering out trades?
Oh, you know what? I did add that to wouldn't it be funny if I was sitting here running it this whole time? Let me see. I might have it running on my computer right now. Let me see.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know if you knew if it was working pretty good or not. Filtering out the good.
I haven't tested it. I'll tell you that. I
Oh,
did build one. I did build one, but look, see now I can't even find it. I built it. I added it to my chart, and in my mind, what I was gonna do was observe it over time, and compare it. I think it's probably this version here.
gotcha.
No, that's trading zones. Filter candle number. Oh yes. No. I didn't. You're talking about if it hits the stop loss before the entry, right?
No, I just remember you said you had another Titan that you had that you was testing out that was gonna filter out some of the trades, that filter out some of the losses, some of the wins. But yeah, it was just filter trades.
Yeah.
Can't remember you
So
said you had that. Yeah,
I got a version here that says candle number 2 has less volume than candle number 1. So if
yeah,
you
that's what I think you was doing. Yeah, I think that's
so yeah, so no, I honestly forgot about it. I just totally forgot about it. I started working on 15 other things, but I'll get that added to the list.
no. I just wonder if it was working good or not, or if you've been watching it at all.
Yeah, no. I put it
Yeah.
on there and never looked at it again. I probably watched it for one day and even forgot about it that day. One day I'm gonna create one system that has everything in it. Like we're all like Titan volume zones. Yeah, this, that. I'm just gonna have one where we can just open it up and just put a check. Like, okay, let's look at this one, like a suite of all of them. But I'm gonna hop off of here, you guys. So I've posted my daily results. This is me for today. I did the same thing yesterday, you guys. I'm too busy right now to sit here and really fully go in and analyze and stuff. So I have been just grabbing, like snagging a trade right at open. Luckily for me, these last 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, both have been very super predictable trading days, right? I showed y'all the trade that I got yesterday, showed y'all the trade that I got today. They were both right at open. They were both super simple, just quick grabs at the high and at the low. So like my trade was here in at open. It pushed down, wick down, bam, bam, got in like that. Yesterday, we were running highs at open. So I just went and grabbed another one. So those are super simple trades. Anyone can learn how to do them in and out. We've had lots of other trades, right? We've had some winners, we've had some losers. We've had other trades, but this was the easiest one for me to just get in and get out. So that's what I'm doing. Don't you guys forget, I'm telling you, you're gonna be upset tomorrow. And if you blow your accounts, don't say I did not tell you that. If you don't remember, you need to put an alarm, put a clock, put a sticky note on your forehead. You're gonna have to do something to remember this data tomorrow. It's happening at 7:45. This is gonna be well. There we go. I'll be here to remind us. So if I don't forget, but 7:45 in the morning, 9:45. That is the BO. That's a bank, and this is the BOC rate statement. I expect volatility is gonna leak over to the dollar. So, and that's ultimately gonna affect NASDAQ. So we'll probably be dealing with this in the morning. On top of dealing with that, we're going to be dealing with this. We have our own federal funds rate in the afternoon. Not expected to change, which normally means muted or bearish reaction on the dollar. But y'all know that it is weird times right now. All eyes are on the press conference. So whatever information comes out during the press conference, pretty certain that we're going to see some stuff tomorrow. All right. They're going to talk about interest rates. So they're going to talk about talking about interest rates. Something's going to come up. I think a lot of volatility is going to come in with the actual meeting tomorrow, but only time will tell. We'll be there for it. We normally watch FOMC live, at least the rate statement, right? It's one of those things, kind of like today, where we may have a chance to watch the market do something crazy. We may have a chance to profit from it if it's not too crazy. If it's too crazy, we'll just watch it and point at it and say, wow, look at this, look at that. But yeah, be there, be ready. And I'll see you guys in the morning.
Hey Ken, just one thing that I got that email from Apex on their 90% at 8:06 Pacific my time. So I think you're an hour ahead of me. So
Yeah,
you might.
I see it. I got it now.
I just got mine 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I see it now. I already got it off Facebook and re-updated all the details. So if y'all check announcements, I updated the rest of the details in there, like the ending date. The PA fees are $75 for 25 here. So for these size accounts, 25 through 100K, they're $75. Anything above that, they're 135. That's the PA fee. Okay, that's the PA fee. So whatever, little discount on that. But $20 for a 50K account's not bad. If you guys think about the plan I just talked about, that that means that for $100 you could get your evaluation accounts. Forget about it. You know if you spend $100, get 5 evaluation accounts, and just start working on one of them and follow that plan that I talked about today, then you will spend no more money on Apex this month. Not one single dollar. You will have your accounts and you spend $100 and you will just be slowly making progress on your 50K accounts following that exact plan. And that'll be it. That'll be all the money that you have to spend on Apex. I guess we could say for the whole month of February. Start actually making some progress. And then, by the time this discount is done and your renewal comes up, they will probably have 4 different deals by that point where, if they, best case scenario is they do a deal where you could get like PAs for like $30 or $40 or $50, something like that. That's what I'd be looking at. That's what I'd be on the lookout for.
All right,
Okay.
thank you. And another FYI, I've been using on TradingView that volume footprint candle
Yeah.
with the delta table at the bottom, and I like that.
You liking it?
Yeah.
I played around with it. I did play around with the delta on TradingView, you know, but it's just, man, when
Well,
you
they this code here, they don't release this code, whatever this is, like the one that they released for their cumulative delta.
Mhm.
They release that, right? Because it's you have to do the if you're gonna try to change it or anything in PineScript, it's
Right.
an import, right? But this here they won't release, and I asked them, they're like, we can't let that one. So I don't know what the difference would be because I wanted to see.
Well, I'll tell you this. This is my take. Now I don't know what you got. Maybe I don't know what you got, but this is the truth. This is the cold hard truth. Is I don't believe that I know of. I don't know this though. I don't think that TradingView is hooked up to receive bid and ask data. I don't think that they're hooked up to receive level 2 bid and ask data because there's nowhere that I can see to display that type of data. Even on a professional plan, there's no option to show level 2 data bid and ask that I know of.
Well, on their DOM, isn't their DOM hooked up to that?
Let me see.
I mean, I was gonna play with Ninja Trader because I just downloaded that on the desktop and see.
So if they have, so like that's the thing is level 2 data is going to be, a little bit deeper in the book. Now level 1 data is going to be basic bid ask data. If they provide that, then if this is the thing is if they provide basic bid ask data to any sort of plan, even a paid plan, then that means that it's all coming from CME. That means that the footprint chart should match. I could compare a Tradeovate footprint chart to an Addis footprint chart, and the footprint is going to be the exact same numbers because the exact amount of volume, traded contracts, actual traded contracts at the bid or ask is decided by CME. You know what I mean? That data, those are real orders hitting the bid or ask at that price.
Well, I'm on ES right now. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm on ES and I'm looking at the DOM and like at 770 16, it's 94, and then on the bid size it's 117. So I mean those numbers are fluctuating up and down.
You can see them up above and down, but like what 5 or 10 levels or something like that.
No, so you could see the prices, but you can only see whatever the current. There's just one. There's not a ladder of orders.
Right. And so yeah, I don't know is that data, and like you said, there's no ladder showing the exact prices. So is that data being extrapolated in some other way, you know what I mean? Or what the heck is actually going on? Because, it is what it is. A footprint chart. If I look at in Q and I'm looking at a footprint chart on a 1 minute and I look at the candle at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, every single person in the world that views and reads order flow, they need to be able to read the same data in the same candle because it's all coming from NASDAQ. That's how many orders were placed at that price level. That data, that's why it's regulated by CME. It has to match everything, and it doesn't match on TradingView. So there's some sort of a discrepancy between the data that they're showing, the traded volume at those price levels, and from what I've already read it. Now you said you have something else which I don't know about, but if you look up,
well, it's at the top. It's in their candle selection. It says volume footprint, and that's what I wanted was the code for that.
Yeah,
and
same. Yeah, they won't give you that. But look right
yeah,
here.
they wouldn't.
They'll
like,
tell you
now their
how
cumulative volume delta. They do give the code for that,
right?
but it's import, right? You can't see anything beyond the import side.
Right. So they'll tell you right here how the footprint is calculated. Volume data source. This chart retrieves the symbols volume data from multiple intrabar intervals. So for example, in this 1 minute bar, in this 15-minute bar, they're looking at maybe a 5 minute there. It's buckets of
So
time.
lower time frame calculations.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so all the way down to a 1 second time frame. And basically on a 1 second time frame, every uptick counts as one buy, every down tick counts as one sell. And that's
Got it.
not true, because that's not how a market actually works. You know that because you have access to the order flow course. Just because a market ticks up or down doesn't necessarily, yes, it means that there's a buyer or a seller, but that doesn't count how many contracts were traded there. There's a big discrepancy there. And so now I'm with you though, bro. I love how their footprint chart looks. It's so nice and easy with the delta at the bottom and with the little POC in the value area. I really like
Yeah.
how the footprint looks. Luckily I've been able to kind of duplicate that, where I've got the same data right here, you know what I mean? And I can easily access it on Addis. So
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm with you. But before Addis, man, I was on Tradeovate, and I do not like Tradeovate's footprint.
Yeah, I didn't like theirs. I don't like theirs at all.
Buggy and laggy.
I was gonna see if the desktop version of Ninja Trader was better, but their Ninja Trader and Tradeovate are all the same thing now.
Right. You could still trade on Ninja Trader.
Yeah.
But it's just Ninja Trader. I'd have to get back on there and mess around with it. It is definitely a learning process.
Well, I go through TradeSyncer for my trade copier and just paying that, because if you will have more than 20, I mean it's expensive for a month, right? So there are tools that they have for the Ninja Trader that you can do the exact same thing. It's just not cloud based.
Right. Yeah.
So all right, I'm sorry to keep you, man. I appreciate you. You guys all have a good day.
Yeah. No worries.
God-
If you ever need anything, look, I don't feel bad. I'm here for this reason. Look, I'm gonna be trading regardless. I'm just hanging out here to answer questions, go over the market, see if you guys need help with anything. Just be here. So if you ever need anything, you know where to find me. You just let me know.
Well, I tell you, I'm size first class. So anytime you want to get that ticket ready for me, I can just come down there. We can be side by side.
Right? You just have to come over.
Yeah.
Sit down. Yeah, we'll do it that way. All right, the plane's on the way.
All right. All right. See you.
All right, later. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off though. So yeah, another green day. You guys stay disciplined. I'll see you guys in the morning, 9:30 for some live trading.
You can.
Bye-bye.
Bye.